Alright, here we are with our final round of Blood Moon decks. So, bring this over here. These filters, make it a little bit bigger. And then here and here. So, tonight we'll be playing some green-red Ponza, green-red land destruction, whatever you want to call this. A lot of people call it miserable. Different build than what we played last time. Last time we played a little bit spell heavier version with Chandra Torch of Defiance and Bonfire of the Damned in the main. So this one is a little bit more mid-rangey with 4 copies of Tireless Tracker and 4 copies of Huntmaster of the Fells. Has a little bit more land blow up than the last version, has Stone Rain, Volcanic Acid, and Crumble to Dust, as well as Blood Moon. So, should be a very interesting main deck. Also has a little bit different top end with a Dragon Lord Atarka as the very top end. And then the sideboard, I pulled this list from a 5.0 a couple days ago. I left it 73 of 75 cards. The only card that I changed was Hellfire Tyrant, which I guess you're hoping to crack Affinity with it. I don't know. Replace that with a 3rd Anger of the Gods and a 2nd Thrun the Last Troll for control, because I like trolling control. So we will play a friendly league, and this is our final set of matches for a while with Ponza. We played a whole bunch of various different Blood Moon decks. The ones that performed best were Ponza, Blue Moon, and Black-Red Garroyos, as well as all in red. So among those decks, we're going to see second round of matches to see which one continues to perform consistently the best. So here's to some land destruction. Okay, we'll be playing first. And I see a hand of, yeah, this is what this deck wants to do, so guess we keep it. Keep it and hope it doesn't die. Turn 1 Elf. It's PCM 258. Alright. For what it's worth, opponent, I'm sorry. Time to moon them and pass. Opponent's got a bunch of mountains. We also have a bunch of mountains. We also have a Huntmaster, and we pass. Okay, our opponent has a Terminate here. So we draw another Forest. Go ahead and get in with our Wolf and our Elf. Because elves are all you need. Go ahead and blow up this here swamp. Pass to them. Looks like we might be up against Grixis Shadow. I'd like to play this untapped, yes. Play a Wormcoil Engine. Must give our opponent a lot of credit, they're still hanging in here. Pass to them. And, okay, got a bunch of mountains. Attack with everything. Pass. No sense in showing them any more cards, and scooping it up. Alright, so we saw Blood Crypt and a bunch of those weird dual lands. So Guess we can presume we're up against Grixis Shadow, most likely. So what cards do I want in that matchup? I think a lot of what's going on in the main deck I want anyway. Atarka might be a little too cute, a little too high. Don't want the Grudges, don't want the Angers. The Finxes, maybe. They don't really match up against what's going on, though. Maybe bring in another Thragtusk and some number of Primal commands, but over what? Shave a Huntmaster. Good evening, how are you? And what else do we shave on the draw? Definitely one at the top end. Maybe one Crumble. Try it like this. It'll be a little bit harder to ramp out our threats. Sand's pretty good. Mulligan. Well, okay, one land and a mana dork. A lot of top end. Sand isn't great either. Mulligan to 5. We'll keep this one. Keep a Utopia Sprawl on top. So, probably going to get Thought Seized here. Inquisition taking our wonderful moron there. Go ahead and do red. Pass. Alright, well this is obviously not Grixis Shadow. It might just be plain Grixis then. Pass to our opponent. Oh no, this looks like it might be Black-Red Rats. Tireless Tracker, huh? I think I would rather... I'd rather Tireless Tracker or blow up your land. I think I would rather Tireless Tracker. Alright, here comes Lightning Bolt. Go ahead and get another one of these there. Alright. They're playing nothing? Weird. Why wouldn't they at least... I don't understand why they wouldn't at least attack here. Makes very little sense. Especially when they know I'm tapped out for... I'll take them off the red source. Gonna get another land here. Just get a regular forest and pass. Alright, now they're going to fire up Mutavolt and start beating us in. Alright, sure. We draw a forest, so we now have access to... We're going to have all the mana in the world here. Alright, not sure why you're fetching now. Guess just to get it over with. And pass. No sense in cracking a clue right now. Rebel, rebel. Now we're up against Black-Red, Pack Rat. So a fellow Blood Moon deck. Interesting. Cossack Wolf Run, that's not what we're looking for here. So, play out this. Play out the Wolf Run. Don't think I want to sack any clues right now. Does our opponent have a Terminate or something? Okay, our opponent is awful. Fatal Push? Sure. Well, no sense in exposing our cards to unnecessary cannon fodder. So we hit for 5 here. Nope, 6. Alright. Need to draw something good. Primal Command isn't bad. Okay, Storm Breath is not bad. Yeah, I played it the other day and was not particularly impressed by it. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hello. So opponent has 1 card in hand. Got to gain 7 life. Search for a creature card, reveal it, put it in your hand, then shuffle your library. You probably have to get... Inferno Titan to clean this mess up? Yeah, I think Inferno Titan does the best job of cleaning this mess up. 2 Eldrazi and taxes? What matchup? We talking Burn or Ponza? We go ahead and get Inferno Titan here. May as well play out Blood Moon, although it doesn't have a huge effect on games. Junvine, I have no idea. Ponza, which version of Eldrazi and taxes are you losing? Just the black-white version? And what seems to be the problem in the matchup? Alright, we'll see what they have here to follow up. Stone Rain. Well, Inferno Titan's got to do the cleanup here, so... Thalia Thoughtseize on a stick. Probably need to... sounds like Anger of the Gods is one of your better options. Beyond that... Oh, jeez. Another frickin' Rabble Master. Oh, well, I can't complain about that guy. I still think Anger is one of your better draws, and maybe Bonfire. Oh, I agree. That certainly is a problem. But the more answers you have to their things on a steak, the more you have a chance of getting your cards back. Okay, Dark Confidant. They attack with their... Yep, they just attack like that. Okay. 2, 3, so I can go. Alright, there's Storm Barf. To attack with Storm Barf. I don't know. It really is kind of hard to say what the best course of action is against them. Don't even tell me this is another Rabble Master. No, Fulminator Mage. Yeah. See how they decide to attack here. Alright, just continues to plunk in with those idiots. We'll have to take a look at it once I'm out of the match. So I can hit them for 7. So I can only hit them for 7. I kind of doomed myself by actually using Blood Moon. Huh. Yeah, so I definitely don't want Blood Moon the next game. And I guess I hit them for 7 and hope their Confidant kills them. Well, I didn't know what they were on because I locked them out with a Blood Moon on like turn 1 or turn 2. So it's kind of hard to like see what they were on because they really couldn't cast anything other than a Terminate. Alright, well, let's see what Confidant reveals. Nope, land. Bob's behaving himself too much. Alright, so now I know what the heck they're on. They're bringing in Fulminators against me? That's kind of interesting. So I gotta be careful with my non-basics. Huntmaster makes a lot of sense. Crumble makes a lot of sense. Kitchen Sphinxes make a lot of sense. Anger of the Gods even arguably makes some sense, now that I know which version they're on. Blood Moons can get on out of here, because they are a Blood Moon deck themselves. Crumbles don't seem great. And, Atarkas seem fine. I think I don't care. They operate low enough on the curve that I really don't care about blowing up their lands. This is a different version than I played last time, so it's got like, it's more creature based. It's a deck that did a 5-0 a couple days ago. So, it's trying out a more mid-range. It has like Tireless Trackers and Hunt Masters. Well, I'm going big, but I'm also going controlling, so like Atarkas and Angers are my main ways to answer creatures outside of Inferno Titan, the way this particularly build works. Because the last version I played had like Chandra and Bonfire in the main, I believe. So there are some things about this deck I really like. Like I like the four trackers and the 4 Hunt Masters, but I really don't like the. Yeah, I think I keep this hand. They can't really disrupt what the heck they're doing. We're doing so. Red, so I have all my mana. So either way, we're getting a 2-drop on. We're going to have a discard spell here, so. Guessing they'll take Sphinx. Probably the biggest problem for them. Nope, they take Tracker. Okay. Yeah, Packer out here. Thoughtseize? Sure. He's just gonna go like double Thoughtseize? Alright, there's Swag Dad. Still need to draw more mana if we want to win this game, probably. Probably be like freaking Rabble Master this turn. Nope, Bitter Blossom. Okay. Bitter Blossom is interesting. Don't know if I like that strategy, but it's interesting. I think I get a Stomperino. Now, if they don't cast spells, they're going to be in a real bit of trouble. Okay. All right, they're going big on the I want to lose life plan. So I think I attack with Finks and Wolf. Presuming they... Oh, wow. They have a Fatal Push? Problem is I just don't want this Hunt Master to die for absolutely nothing, so I think I'm going to go ahead and get this Swag Dad down. I just don't know how they beat this board. I mean, Damnation buys them some time, but... Okay, Fatal Push, the Hunt Master. Yep, figured that was coming. Another Kadont Fadont. Tireless Tracker. So... I think we continue to pressure them with everything. Do I play out Tracker without there being a real reason to? I don't think so right now. They're going to 4. Alright, going to 3. What do you have here? Like a Kalidas? Olivia. Ooh. Okay, we need to draw a land, like now. Acidic Slime. So... That Olivia is certainly a concern, but... Do I attack with the wolf or not? Because the Olivia can eat the wolf, the rogue will chump block the... I think I just attack with Frag Dad here. Go ahead and blow up one of their red sources. That way they're a little slowed down on what they can do. Going to 2. And given enough time, this Olivia would take over the game, but I don't think they have that kind of time. So. Utopia Sprawl. This is not the land we were looking for. Alright, 3 mana. Hero's Downfall. It's an interesting one. Alright, so... Make this also a red. Out the tracker. Just got to keep applying pressure. They're going to 1 here. And I don't think you have an out. Alright, well, that was an interesting beginning to the match. Alright, Craig, you there? So we're discussing your issues with black-white Eldrazi taxes. The problem with Eldrazi taxes is they are disruption and land disruption deck. So, especially in the post-board games, they have access to Tidehollow Sculler and probably Thought Knot, I'm guessing. Thanks, Rather. I think the problem with that deck is it's a pressure and disruption deck, and it's counter to exactly what you're doing. Yeah, even if some main deck them, some sideboard them, it all depends on how it goes. The problem is their disruption comes down on two, either Thalia or Tidehollow, which is in direct opposition to what this deck's trying to do. One card you might want to consider. Do you run any acidic slimes? Because acidic slime is an additional answer to Scholar. Yeah, acidic slime answers Scholar. It also blows up lands. So that might be one card to consider to get some of your cards from Tidehollow Scholar back. Oh, they shouldn't be that hard to get a hold of, honestly. They're an uncommon from M13. M13, M12, somewhere in there. So they shouldn't be that hard to get a hold of. Something to consider. Other than that, do you have access to Bonfire? Bonfire in the main could help out with some of the mana issue, or some of the smaller dork issues. Because the problem is they're having disruption, plus they're disrupting your mana. I just don't think it's a great matchup from how the things play out, because they're trying to disrupt your mana base and disrupt your things. So they have Ghost Quarters for Utopia Sprawl. They have removal for your mana dorks. Honestly, it'd be a matchup I would have to see play out to know anything beyond maybe suggesting Acidic Slime. And obviously Blood Moon's got to be crippling against them if you can get it down, because they don't play a ton of basics, because they're trying to jam Eldrazi, so they're probably running mostly duels and Eldrazi temples. I mean, honestly, if they can't, I guess the disruption's annoying, but like we just did, you should be able to overpower them if you can get enough mana going, because your creatures are bigger, they're stronger. What seems to be the problem you run into? Just the Thoughtseize like disruption? Is that what's going on? All your spells back a turn, gives them time to strip your hand of answers. Sounds like it's a play draw issue more than anything. Win the die roll, and you might want to go more. I'm not trying to be a smart aleck. I'm just trying to think of ways. Acidic Slime is one way, because that Acidic Slime being a creature Thalia has no bearing on that in terms of setting you back a turn. Play more 3 and 4 drops that Thalia looks embarrassing against. Things like Baloth and such could be a problem if they don't have Path. Beyond that, I would not recommend Bolt in the main. Courser might be fine, especially if you're trying to grind a little bit. Courser would play a lot of the same role that Tracker is in this game. I don't think Tracker lines up very well again. Well, Tracker might not be a horrible card to try either. Turn 2 Tracker into like fetch land, get 2 clues. That could be another way to fight Courser or Tracker. Baloth, Huntmaster if it flips. Any of those, because I think their curve stops at Thought-Knot. So you want creatures that are going to brawl well with Thought-Knot and like Strangler and Flicker Wisp, and cards that are also difficult for like Flicker Wisp to deal with. Like Huntmaster's not really what they want to be flickering. Thragtusk, you don't really want to be flickering. Acidic Slime, they certainly don't want to be flickering. Things with ETB effects and that can also brawl with their creatures. So another suggestion, and I don't know the rest of your meta, so take this with a grain of salt. Yeah, I agree there. But if you're playing a bunch of ETB things like Huntmaster, Acidic Slime, Thragtusk, cards like that, they really don't want to be flickering that. Another card you might want to consider, and I have not tested this archetype, so take it with a grain of salt. Glorybringer might be worth it over Storm Breath unless you have a lot of Path of Exile in your meta. Because the 4 damage exert could kill a lot of their creatures. Obviously, it's weak to Path. It's weak to Displacer. Also Storm Breath for that matter. But might be something to consider. You can gun down a lot of their creatures with Glorybringer. I don't know what other suggestions besides that. Anyways, back to the league. Hope that helps, Craig. Oh, yeah. Hey, no problem. You guys are in here hanging out with me. At least I can do is help you out for whatever my 2 cents are worth. Everyone else hanging out tonight, thanks very much. Feel free to hit that follow button if you want to see this channel again. Right now we're in the middle of a Blood Moon series, which will be wrapping up here probably in the next week or so. We've got a YouTube page, Dusk to Dawn Gaming. We do replays over there on the YouTube channel. Right now, the final decks for the Blood Moon series are Green Red Ponza, Blue Red Through the Breach. Yes, Rev, I know you're here, though you haven't said anything in a while. Blue Red Through the Breach, Black Red Vengeance, and Rev's aforementioned all-in red deck, which I was pleasantly surprised did very well. If it weren't for a certain Anger of the Gods versus Sweltering Suns debate, we could have been 5-0. We were testing Lantern and Storm right now while we watch. Ouch. That doesn't sound like fun. This has got to be a mulligan. No mana acceleration. I think we'll keep this hand, but it looks awful. We scry into an accelerator, maybe? Yeah, well. Unfortunately, we're on the play, so it doesn't do us a whole lot of good. Lantern versus Storm. That's gotta feel awful. Okay, so it looks like we're on a... Oh, wow. Really? Well... We've got to take on some Bogels. Huh. Which deck are you on? Really don't know how I feel about playing against Bogels. Any experience with this matchup, Craig? This feels awful. Especially game 1. So you two are both members of that soul-sucking society that plays Lantern and Ponza. Gotcha. Yeah, I have one Boggles player at my local shop, but I don't ever play Ponza in paper, so. And apparently they're taking 4 minutes to let me go to my upkeep. So... No, I know, Craig. I'm just saying Ponza is one of those type of decks that I generally try to shy away from. I don't particularly like... Okay, I shouldn't say I don't like Ponza. I've actually enjoyed it now that I've played it some, but it is a soul-crushing deck to play against. Now, hopefully our opponent will be nice and play... Oh, they played Dryad Arbor. This is going to be fun. So our opponent's going to get a 2/2. And you know what's really funny? Is this is going to be the only... Oh, I think the Blood Moon's still going to be very good unless they draw a basic. Because Dryad Arbor and Temple Garden are going to be are both going to be mountains. So our Boggles opponent may have played their last spell. May. They need to draw lands that aren't duels. Oh, and I think we've got a double cure. I love double cures. I get to sit here for 5 minutes to crack a fetch land and 6 minutes to play a spell. Alright, so do we blow up their land or we just make all their lands mountains? I think we go ahead and make all of their lands mountains. Oh, but they still have a 1/1. It's a Dryad Mountain instead of a Dryad Forest. Oh dear. They scooped! They scooped! Yes! They scooped! I should not be that excited about that. That is so silly. They scooped! They scooped! They didn't want to play Magic! Okay, Fracturing Gust, Primal Commands, Angers of the Gods. We can catch their idiots early on. Yeah. I have no love lost for Boggles. I have absolutely no love lost for Boggles. Now, what do I cut, though? I don't think... It's been fine so far. This certainly is not the matchup for it, but... Alright, so Crumble to Dust seems meh. No, there's 4 Stone Rains. Or a Lantern. That was so great. Or Lantern. Lol. I'm lost on that comment. 3 moons? No, there's 4 moons. There's 3 and then this goofy... I'm borrowing cards, so there's 3 white border blood moons and a 4th, like, black border blood moon. Yeah, now you found yourself being those one of those twisted individuals that actually enjoys it. Trying to figure out, probably cut a tracker, maybe a hunt master. Because I don't think we're gonna win the actual. No accelerators. This one's got to go back. Still no accelerators. We got to go to 5 here. Keep. I think we're losing this game. Yep. Probably should have actually bottomed that blood moon. Yeah, the one problem I have with this build is it only has the 9 accelerators rather than the 10 the other one did, so. Yeah, Ponza life, you know. Core Spirit Dancer? Okay. Storm Breath Dragon. Sure. This is where stuff's just going to get dumb. Ethereal Armor. Putting it on the Spirit Dancer. Interesting. Yeah, I think this game's pretty well over. And yeah. Alright, well, this has been highly entertaining. It was the best of Ponza, it was the worst of Ponza. Still don't think I like any of these other cards. Let's try to keep a keepable hand. That would be fantastic. Keepable hands are good. Alright, we got turn 2 Blood Moon. Let's roll! Hope our wonderful opponent doesn't have enough Alright, and we would even have potentially turn 3 Stormbarf. Aw, they have a forest. Boo! Ooh, Anger of the Gods. Could come in handy here in a minute. So, get that. Still think we get Moon down. Suppression field. Okay. Huntmaster. Question is, do I have to anger this turn? Or do I just get Huntmaster down here? No, this list didn't have Beast Within. Suppression field doesn't matter. I'm just debating if I'm supposed to anger this idiot away or if I'm supposed to try to race them as is. I think... Alright, well... Oh, never mind. Okay. I'm a dum-dum. So Arbor Elf doesn't actually do anything because of Suppression Field. Now I'm beginning to understand. So I guess I have to play Birds and Pat. It just feels so bad. Because if we only have the one Boggle, then the Anger play makes a lot more sense. But we shall see. Rancor, okay. Ethereal Armor, yuck. I think we may have lost this game because I didn't anger away that idiot. So I can play Storm Breath, which all it does is chump block. I can play Huntmaster. So, we may have punted. I probably should have angered last turn. Maybe they don't have any more spells? So, go to 5, don't play any more spells, opponent. So Huntmaster is going to flip. Okay, they have a path for it, which that's mildly annoying. Yes, I'd like to go get another forest. So I think I have to play Storm Breath here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So attack with Storm Breath and Arbor Elf. I mean, if they have another path, we're just dead anyway. Or another Umbra. Yeah. Oh well, that kind of sucked. Simple decision like playing Anger of the Gods there kind of cost us the match. Well, that sucked. Very much so. Boggles. Not exactly a deck you see a lot of anymore. And to be honest, our opponent did get lucky for a Boggles deck. They don't normally keep all 7 card hands. So, but that punt with the Anger of the Gods is what probably, I mean, they might have had another Boggle in hand, but that punt with the Anger of the Gods definitely cost the match. Okay, we're up against the Green Badger on the play. Let's see. Another no accelerator hand. That's a mulligan. I guess we keep? Question mark. Hope to rip a land. And pass. Doesn't feel like it's going to go too well. because I need that second land to be good. And the longer we wait to deploy things, of course, this could be Valakut, so yeah, it's looking like Valakut. Huh. Still don't want to draw another land. Okay, there we go. So go and get a basic forest. Put this on there. Go ahead and name one of the damn red colors. This. So naughty of our opponent to accelerate in front of us. Alright. Okay, they've got a Sack Elder. Do they have another land? Aw. Are they bolting our dude? How unfortunate. So, go ahead and blow up another land. Now, if we could draw a Crumble to Dust, we'd be in amazing shape. It goes and gets a third land. So we can take them off of all green sources potentially here, or not. Never mind. Aye. They certainly had a lot of accelerators, haven't they? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess we gotta get Storm Breath down and start the clock. Because unless we would have drawn Blood Moon here, I don't think we're going to be able to blow up enough lands. Since they've already had 1, 2, now 3 accelerants. They have double bolt? Maybe? Looks like the answer is no. Guessing an Hour of Promise or something is coming down here. Or Prime Time. Yuck. So we double land destruction them and they still cast a Prime Time on turn 5. That feels good. Well, we definitely want the primal commands. That just felt, So what cards do we not want in this matchup? Tarka feels like a pipe dream. And maybe one Huntmaster? Grudges don't do much. Angers don't do much. Finxes don't do much. Throne doesn't do much. Try it like this. If they bring in something like Chalice, we might consider bringing in Grudge, but for right now, I don't think that's where we want to be. Okay, no accelerator hand again. Okay, this hand has an accelerator and a Blood Moon. Need to find... no. Need to find an untapped source. Or, yeah. Pass. Hopefully they don't have a bolt on one. Just hoping this is search for tomorrow and not bolt. Yeah, it looks like a search for tomorrow. Alright, well, we got ourselves a ball game. Red, that. One of them there, Blood Moons. Presuming they have answers to this now. And what you got? Okay, so they're bolting our bird. Which means we have to play tracker out without a land, which kind of sucks, but what can you do? So still going to be able to play Magic. I don't know how we're actually beating Primetime even by itself, so. Another mountain, that's curious. Oh, they've got Steve. Another bolt? Seriously. Okay. Stone Rain. Alright. Prismatic Omen. Utopia Sprawl. Go ahead and name green with this. Because I want access to double green, double red. Alright. So they have to be able to answer Blood Moon for this to be terribly threatening. Well, I think we go ahead and blow up one of their lands here. Conceivably keep them off of prime time. I think we go after that one. No, we should have gone off the green source. Because I don't think they play too many more actual green sources here. I think the standard lists are playing 3 forests. Yeah, we would have kept them off of prime time. Okay, so they're going to go play a prime time, which is sort of fine. Yeah, you get some lands, but you can't attack us. You choose to get no lands. Interesting. Alright, so got a mana idiot. Question is, do I want to crumble to punish them for not getting a land? I think I go ahead and crumble to dust their stomping ground so we get some idea what the heck they're working with here. So their hand is Anger of the Gods, which is extremely unfortunate. So, we have a Rex Sage, 2 Summoner packs to go find it, and still rolling a Anger of the Gods. Engineering Explosives, couple Nature's Claims. Yeah, I don't think it matters too terribly much because we don't have any actual answers to this prime time unless we draw like land into. Yep, here comes the Anger of the Gods we knew about. Sure. So, went and got a Valka this time, which is curious. So we draw a land. So now we need to draw either Inferno Titan or Worm Coil. Drops us to 8. Another prime time? Well, okay then. Sure. So, lessons to be learned. Need to blow up green sources. Definitely need to blow up green sources. So how's everyone doing tonight? Screen name here on Magic Online is Duskblader, Dusk for short. If you like what we're doing here on this channel, feel free to hit that follow button. We also have a YouTube page channel that there are replays of these streams on, as well as other content. Mostly it's been Magic the Gathering on there. We might branch out into some World of Warcraft or Hearthstone content eventually. But right now I've been doing good to keep up on Magic content. So right now we're doing a Blood Moon series, trying to figure out what the best Blood Moon decks in Modern are. Presuming that the pilot is not punting, knowing that what they know. So, alright. On the play. No accelerator again. I think this is a mulligan. Okay, we've got an accelerator. So, am I interested in another Mulvonic Acid Moss? I think the answer is yes. Play out a Forest, play out a Arbor Elf. Probably should have actually bought him that Acid Moss in case this Arbor Elf dies. Pass? Sure. So... what is our opponent doing here? Play out a Tireless Tracker. Pass? I'm liking all the 3-drops, but I think I want one more accelerator. So, okay. 2 planes. Are they going to path us? Okay, I guess we go get a basic Moonton. Interesting choice. Huh. So which land do I care about more? Blow up the planes. Try to keep them off of Path to Exile here. Go get Stomping Ground. So we will definitely have the mana advantage. Pass. So nice of us to our opponent to even accelerate us. Okay, Rage Thicket. Into Selfless Spirit. Can't tell if this is green-white value or green-white death and taxes. I can't really tell. Well, I guess we're on the... Our opponent gets to play creatures, we only play land destruction plan. guess we attack with Arbor Elf here since we don't even need it anymore. Opponent does not block, unsurprisingly. So we have a lot of great draws here, but we need to actually draw them. Okay, our opponent has a forest. So we're getting hit for 4 here. Nope. Yeah, 4. Alright. Need to draw something good here sometime soon. I think I might leave Arbor Elf back to block this turn. Since I think I have the inevitability, I just need to... Okay. Need to live long enough for things to matter. Well, if we draw all lands, it's kind of hard to win, I guess. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, so there's some type of Abzan list? Interesting. So going to 7 here. I think we thin out the deck. Do we even have to go get forest, 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 forest? Jeez. Okay. Don't think we have too many outs in this situation. And Tireless Tracker. So 1, 2, 3. Play Tireless Tracker. Alright. Got to crack a clue. Draw another land. Get another clue. I don't even know what we're hoping to draw here. Okay, so we saw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spells, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So minus the 2 acid or 3 acid moss and a path, we saw 5 spells and 10 lands. Seems pretty good. So we have no idea what exactly we're up against. We have yeah, I really want a 10th accelerator in this list. So one thing I am getting out of this, besides the fact that I punted Boggles and punted against Prime Times, I think we can get the Crumbles out of here. Blood Moon's okay, but not great against them, so we want to shave some of those. Probably want the Finxes. Probably want Thragtusk. Maybe Primal Commands, maybe a Tarka. What are we shaving? Probably the Blood Moons. And Sunrand, Acid Mosses. Maybe the one second Atarka is just too cute. Yes, I'd like to play first. See, these hands are just unplayable without the accelerators. Okay, now we have, like, accelerators, but okay, well, that makes it a ton better. So play out Forest into Arbor Elf. I guess it doesn't make it a ton better because we're only getting 2 extra mana off that. Forest into their own accelerator, sure. Okay, we knew we were drawing the Sprawl. Couldn't put that on there. Red. We have Ghost Quarter. We were getting so blown out. Play birds. Next turn we have access to up to 5 mana without drawing a land. Looks like our opponent is a Collected Company deck of some kind. They're gonna path the... Oh, Tide Hollow Scholar? Okay. For 5 mana. I think we play Finks here. And if we'd drawn another land, we could Stone Rain them too, which would feel pretty good. But as is, this is going to be a weird game. No attacks. No spells probably means Collected Company here. Okay, Primal Command. What do we go get? So, this, do this, do this. So, target non-creature permanent back on top of its owner's library. So if we think there's a Collected Company coming, what do we do here? Target non-creature, target players. Search your library for a creature card. Put that. So if you want a Collected Company, you're going to have to do it and throw away your land. So, or they're just going to Collected Company now. Bird and Noble. That was not the best Collected Company in the world. So, what 4 or 5 drop do we want to go get here? I think Inferno Titan does the most to wreck this board. So I think we'll go get him. Definitely some argument. Oh, Kasali? Yuck. Well, that sucks. So they get in with a 4/4 here. Yep, I think we just take the damage. Maybe they'll forget to blow up. I doubt it, but okay, they have a Sphinx of their own. And yep, there goes Kasali, so there goes most of our mana. We draw another Inferno Titan. Wonderful. So we go ahead and blow up their main land here. It's possible we should have played Tireless Tracker. Oh, Path to boot, sure. Going and getting a mountain, I guess. So we're going to get hit for 5 here. Path to exile. Alright, well this seems like a good spot to play this card. Play that. I'm gonna have another collected company. Delightful. Mirren Crusader and another collected company to boot. Feels kind of gross. Or did they go and get a path here? Oh, they're just going to get path, so we... do we die? 2, 4, 7, 11? So what makes the most sense that we want to block? Probably Ewit. 4, 7. We block there. Or if our opponent wants to waste a path on that, I'm perfectly fine with that. So hopefully we get to draw another land. Okay, so they're going to accelerate us into a Inferno Titan? Sure. So 2 damage there, 1 damage there. Still going to be an uphill fight, but we at least get to get down 1 Inferno Titan here. I'll cancel. Need to undo. Do that for red. Inferno Titan. 2 damage there, 1 damage there. Okay. You have another path. Doesn't look like it, so we might actually live another turn. Please don't have the path. Sigh. And now we die. So in 4, 5 here. And that's game. Alright, so we have one more match here. So, things about this particular list so far, definitely want the 10th mana accelerants that a lot of the Ponza lists are running. Maybe we cut a Huntmaster of the Fells or the Atarka. Beyond that, the list seems fine. I mean, the Boggles match we probably could have won if I would have angered on turn 3 before he started dropping ethereal armors. And then the Titan Shift match we probably would have been in game 2 if I would have Acid Moss the Forest so he couldn't cast Prime Times. Especially with the Blood Moon already down, so that last round, I don't know. Maybe I should have gotten another mid-range creature rather than the Inferno Titan there. It's always important, even when you're losing, to understand what you could have done differently, not just solely rely on things like oh, I flooded out, that's why I lost, blah, blah, blah. So, always important to live and learn. So, turn 1 Arbor Elf, turn 2 Blood Moon if they don't have a hate card here. Or not hate card, a answer to Arbor Elf. Beyond that, we need to draw lands. Turn 1 Island into Certain Visions. I still think we're going to Blood Moon. Well, do we Blood Moon or do we blow up their land? Bottom and top. I do like the idea of leaving whatever our opponent is on no basic lands, but I think passing up on Blood Moon against a decent chance our opponent's not on a mono blue deck is just kind of hard to pass up. So, okay. Looks like our opponent might be on Storm or something. Oh no, they're on some type of Prowess deck. Which means Blood Moon doesn't actually do a whole lot against them, most likely. Alright, so I think we go ahead, play out our Acid Moss on their mountain, get a Stomping Ground, so I have another red source. Have plenty of green sources. Pass. Okay, so they've got blue mana. which means they have Twisted Image. Okay, that's quite a bit of damage. So I could double Stone Rain or get down Huntmaster. Time to get Huntmaster down. Start racing back. Wonder if they actually drew a red source. Yeah. Guess they have white in their deck too. Interesting. Another Storm Chaser Mage. Manamorphose. Okay, that's kind of annoying. And destruction spells. So this must be a Lightning Helix, I'm guessing. To another Manamorphose. Okay, this must be the Temur Battle Rage version of the deck. Lightning Helix, the Huntmaster. Sure. Take 4. Alright. And another Blood Moon doesn't do anything, so... Huh. Blow up your land. Well, let's go ahead and boom, boom. This is what our hand lets us do. Blow up an island. Attack with the wolf. Pass. It's possible I should have taken them off of... Yeah, there goes the wolf. Another land. Doesn't look like it. So if we can answer the Storm Chaser Mage somehow, we might have a chance. Or play a Thragtusk, or... Okay. I think a Stormbreath Dragon on defense sounds pretty good. Attack with Arbor Elf. They're upon attack. They don't. Alright. So we may have stabilized for now. Lavani Acid Moss. Blow up your last land. Okay, another red source. Pass. It certainly can. It's very hit or miss. Very, very hit or miss. The problem with Ponza, wish Craig was here to discuss this a little bit more, but Ponza it's an acceleration deck with land destruction and big idiots, and it's got very little card selection, and it just I don't know how to put it nicely. It just elusive Spellfist? A non-creature spell can't be blocked this turn. It just it's powerful when it does its thing, and this particular list cut an accelerator, which I think with this archetype is a mistake. So I think during upkeep we'll go ahead and monstrosity. Probably should have done that during draw step actually. Get in 1 extra damage. Okay, our opponent finally has a mana. What can you do with a bolt? But Ponza can be very good, but it can also be very just blah. I lost 2 of the matches tonight just by punting, but it does have inherent flaws in the deck. So Stone Rain. Alright, can we go for the flawless victory? Ooh, we're getting bolted. What do you want to do with your mana, opponent? Oh, they're bolting tracker. Sure. So now we gotta sit here and stare at them for another turn or two. I agree to a certain point, but I had the ability to win the games. And I chose to take lines that were, and I even verbalized the lines as being inherently incorrect. So, may as well put our opponent to 2. I don't think there's any like combination of draws that kill us with 1 mana. So, alright, so they have a turn, but now they have to chump block. But like, yeah, I know what you mean, brother. It's just the deck. I've come to the conclusion that as I've been playing Magic Online and playing Paper Magic, that the baseline percentage of winning if you have a decent deck is like 60%. And the baseline's 50 or 60%. And you have a lot of games where it comes down to, like, I mean, there's a lot of games where Screw or Flood or Mulligans or that kind of stuff does impact the game. I'm not going to sit here and say it doesn't. I mean, we had that one game against the Collected Company deck where we obviously lost because we got mana screwed, we got mana flooded, having to mulligan because of the structure of the deck. But there were also situations where Like that acidic slime where I even verbalized I should have blown up the forest and I didn't. And I should have cast Anger of the Gods even though it would set me back an accelerator. You know, there are certain things that you have to make the correct call, and if you don't, you're going to lose. So, playing against a Teamer Battle Rage deck, so blocking is not great. When there's much life gain, I think a Tark is fine here, but I don't think we're going to get to the point where... If we're getting to a Tarka, I think we're going to be in a point where we're winning anyway. The question becomes, what else do I want to cut? Maybe it's a couple of Stone Rains. Obviously, keeping off of mana is important, but I think I want to be the go bigger deck. Kind of hard to say. Because they have their own Blood Moons. I think we keep this hand. Hope our opponent mulligans to Oblivion, but doesn't look like they are. Turn 1, lead on mountain, go. That doesn't feel good. Same time, we have to play out our idiot, so... Yeah, if they have the bolt, they have the bolt. Not much I can do about it. Looks like they don't, so... We'll get to play a turn 2... Okay. Bottom and top. Okay. So... Probably should have kept the fetch land, actually. Just one other forest in case they drop their own Blood Moon. Which seems dumb, but I want to pressure them. I think we win the... Alright, Storm Chaser Mage. Master of the Fields. So I think we play Hunt Master here. So I don't want to go to combat and have them blow up Arbor Elf out of nowhere. We just want to keep pressuring them, get as much life as possible. Since we don't have any blockers for Storm Chaser Mage. Obviously they have things like Lightning Helix and whatnot, so. And... Metamorphose. Yep. Not much we can do here, other than let them do their thing. Looks like they're playing towards Helix. Okay, they're bolting that, sure. Helixing our face. Rather it be our face than our Arbor Elf. See, like, talking about flaws, our opponent's deck's flaw is the fact that they're... So we go ahead and attack with these two. Oh, didn't vapor snag anything. So I think I go ahead and play out another Hunt Master. See, I'm almost wondering if some type of green-red, like, devotion strategy is almost better. Because, I mean, you still have the flaw of the deck, but you still also have, like, a whole bunch of stuff you can do. I forgot to play my Stomping Ground last turn. Punt. So we'll go to combat, attack with that. Punt's got a lot of damage on their... Just take everything? Sure. Play out... Another Hunt Master? Alright, so... Counterintuitive that this is. Play Hunt Master. Do give our opponent credit for hanging in there, though. And pass. See what they got here. I suspect we're either dead or, yeah, scoop incoming. Alright. So, what did we learn tonight? Wish Craig was still around so we could discuss his favorite archetype. The thing we definitely learned is you definitely need the 10th accelerator. Too many hands were mulligans because we didn't have the 1-mana accelerator. I think the Crumble to Dust main is too cute. I think you want... something else in that slot, maybe. I think maybe a second Acidic Slime, maybe the 10th Accelerator. Move the Crumbles to the board over, like, Dragon Lord Atarka and maybe an Anger of the Gods. That way you have this against, like, Tron and Valakut, which are the decks you truly want it the most against. Maybe Beast Within. Beyond that, this particular version, I do like the Trackers and the Hunt Masters. I do like those additions to this deck. I do like Inferno Titan, Wormcoil. Atarka we never got to cast, so I really can't make a judgment call on that. Acidic Slime is pretty decent. Gives you some flexibility with your land destruction. Thragtusk is just a beast, and Stormbreath is probably your best closer outside of Inferno Titan. Beyond that, so yeah. In terms of the debate about the best Blood Moon deck, I think Ponza is among a large group of Blood Moon decks that they're very hit or miss of what they do. Scred, Red-White Prison, and a lot of the other, like, decks that are relying on lock pieces are a little more... If they do what their game plan is, they're, as Red was saying, they're a lot like 100 or 0. You're very, like, if you don't draw the right pieces, it's kind of garbage. Like, with Blue Moon and Black-Red Vengeance, you have Filtering, you have Faithless Looting, you have Cathartic Reunion, you have Disruption outside of your lock pieces or your blood moons, you know, and you're doing something powerful with both of those decks too. I mean, you're playing a control deck that has blood moon that's good against Valakut and Tron. You've got, with Vengeance, you've got a powerful, like, you can turn through Gristlebrand, or turn 2 Gristlebrand, or you can, like, turn 4 through the Breach Emrakul, in addition to playing a bunch of discard spells and card filtering and such. So I think a lot of Blood Moon decks are doing powerful things. They're just very, they're very dependent, draw dependent. They don't see a lot of cards, so they're relying on the top of their deck to just provide, and sometimes it just doesn't do that. Like, on the other side of the equation, you have, like, Rether's deck. You have his all-in-red deck, which we played, last week? Or 2 weeks ago? I don't remember exactly when. It has a lot of the same flaws as decks like this. It has, like, you have to draw the right lock piece for the right matchup. But I think the difference of that deck is you have the 4 Simian Spirit Guide, the 4 Desperate Ritual, and the 2 Gemstone Caverns. So you have acceleration that's a lot harder to interact with, and you're dropping consistently Blood Moon on turn 2, Chalice on turn 1, Ensnaring Bridge on turn 2, or even had one match against Esper Control where we dropped a Goblin Rabble Master on turn 1, and they were more worried about the land destruction. And so I think with the Blood Moon decks, you either want your Blood Moon to be part of a disruption package with card filtration, or you want it to be part of an all-in deck. Like, decks like this are trying to be close to all-in, but they're trying to be like ramp and lock and land destruction and big fatties. And I mean, you have different ways, you have flexibility in how you design the deck. I think Tireless Tracker gives you some selection. Huntmaster is a good mid-range threat. So you can play a mid-range game, but I really think that if you're going to play a Blood Moon deck right now, that it seems, I mean, we're still going to play some more matches with, like, Vengeance and Blue Moon and Blue Red Breach. But I think the main takeaway is the fact that if you're playing a Blood Moon deck, you either want to be an all-in Blood Moon deck with a lot of different lock pieces that your opponent has to fight through, or you want to be a Blood Moon is part of your strategy. It's not your whole strategy. You know, like the Groa's Vengeance deck has the Breach plan, the Control plan, and the Blood Moon plan, and the Blue Red Moon, the Blue Red Breach decks have the Tempo, Control, and the Blood Moon plans, and they all see a lot of cards. I think unless you're a dedicated aggro deck like Burn or Affinity, or a deck like Tron, which, well, even Tron sees a lot of cards. I think you want to be a deck that sees cards as much as possible if you're going to play a strategy like Blood Moon. Or you want to be, I'm going to have this lock piece on turn 1 or turn 2, can you beat this? If you're going to do the high variance route. But that's just my opinion of the Blood Moon decks in Modern so far, for what it's worth. Anybody have any thoughts or comments? So, stream felt pretty good. Not going to run as long as the one the other night, but wanted to get a league in with Ponza. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording.